What's the most impressive thing you've seen on a baseball field? That's a great question.
Impressive?
Most impressive thing you've seen on a baseball field?
By like a single person or like a team thing? It doesn't
Probably
matter?
single. Let's go single.
Single person, I think, is good. Yeah.
Oh, I got one.
Yeah.
All right, so this was when we were at Instructs. Okay, this is my first pro season, and we were at Instructs. I just got drafted 2010. I got through my short season. I hit like 100. I had a terrible year, and then I was like a backup guy. I get invited to Instructs, and then first encounter with a big leaguer. This guy named Ryan Rollinger. He played in the bigs for a little bit, not a lot or whatever.
Rolly.
So he shows up, right? So I've never seen that. Obviously, this is my first pro season. We all drop up in the bus or whatever, and then we show up to the field and we're stretching. This motherfucker drives himself. Of course, all the rehabbers do that. Yeah. He drove his whatever nice-ass fucking car. He drove himself to the field, parks it, comes out, like, doesn't even stretch, goes straight, basically just a raw dog. I don't know if he stretched or anything like that before from the field or what. He shows up, raw dogs it, hits 3 tanks. He hit 1 to left field, 1 to right field, 1 to center field, and he literally drove himself home. And before the game was over, like 7th inning, you know, like, literally my mind was so blown because like that's like my first time with a big leaguer.
Yeah.
And I literally look at my buddy. I'm like, dude, we're never making the big league. I've never seen that. Like, I mean, yeah, like a big leaguer can go like 1 for 3 with a dinger. That's still impressive, right? You're still rehabbing. You haven't seen live pitching in whatever how long, right?
Yeah.
Literally shows up, hits 3 fucking like, and they're not like just over. They were taters.
Yeah.
And Oppo Taco was like, I'm like, what? And third time I'm like, there's no way. There's no way he's gonna. I remember we're at the A's complex. I still remember that. Hit one dead center. No!
Do it! Oh,
He got under.
Jammed. I think I jammed a little.
Yeah.
Wow. But yeah, that's probably the most impressive thing I've ever seen. That still like sticks to like my head. I've seen a lot of impressive stuff. Like I caught Brian Wilson, and then Brian Wilson's cutter to me still is the best pitch I've ever caught in my life. I've caught a lot of great pitchers. Like it's like Sergio Romo's like slider. I caught Barry Zito's curveball. I caught Don Trev Willis when he was rehabbing. Like I caught some dudes, you know, like even when they're end of their careers. Brian Wilson's cutter, I still remember he was sitting. This is when he was a dude too. Like he was sitting 95, 96, and his cutter was 94, bro. And I've caught a lot of cutters. They're not cutters.
Yeah.
This was a cutter. And I'm telling you, pitch moved like this much.
Yeah.
And it was the most devastating pitch like I've ever like seen. It moved so little, but so effective, and it literally looked exactly like his fastball. I'm like, holy fuck.
Yeah. I got a great Brian Wilson story for you.
Legend, dude.
So I show up to UCLA one day for practice, and I'm walking in. I look down in the bullpen, and there's a guy in short shorts. I mean, I'm talking like
I got a story
like
for
a
you.
quarter of the leg, you know, like
Yep.
short shorts, and he's wearing a shirt, if you could call it that. It's a shirt that it was cut off sleeves, but it was already ripped all the way down the side, and it was like a rag basically. So he's basically shirtless, basically pantsless, and he's throwing. He rolls in flip flops, all right, barefoot.
That's so funny.
He's there to throw a pen. So he's down in the pen, and he does a couple arm circles like this, one across here, one back like this, and he steps up on the mound. Doesn't throw at all. No, like, warm up, no stretch, just nothing. And this ridiculous outfit hops up on the mound, barefoot, and just rips off 10 heaters. Just whack. Whack! And you can hear the ball. It's like popping the glove. He's throwing hard.
Yeah.
He just rips off 10, and he's like, "That's good," and just leaves. I'm like, "What? Like,
dude,
what was that? What did I just see? I don't know how to interpret that."
Yeah.
So
right. I got a Brian Wilson story. I caught him. All right. So this is what happened. So Tim Lincecum and during our spring training. Tim Lincecum and then Brian Wilson both came down because they didn't want to get extra innings because of a big league game, like they were full or whatever. Yeah. So they came down to throw, and Lincecum brought Eli Whiteside with him to catch. Brian Wilson doesn't bring any fucking catcher with him. All of our catchers in the minor league camp were freaking the fuck out. We're like, who is catching this motherfucker? Because we showed up that morning. At 7 in the morning, we took the van to show up. And this motherfucker, because our gym is like in the middle of when we walk in to our clubhouse. Our gym is right in the middle. We all walk in. This is like 7 in the morning, 6:45 in the morning. We show up. He's wearing literally socks all the way up, no shorts. He's wearing sliders. No shorts. That's weird, bro. And he's wearing a shirt, exactly what he said. Like, it's literally, he cut himself, but it's like no neck. Neck comes out all the way down here, so it shows his tat. And it's just weird. Sleeveless, of course. And he's wearing a fucking hat all the way. He had a huge beard, of course, that was his thing. And he had a hat all the way down, and he was wearing shades. We were inside, bro. I'm like, what? And then he was wearing flip-flops with his high socks. I'm like, what is going? He's walking on the treadmill. Yep. 6:45 in the morning. What the fuck is happening? And we show up, and we're about to start the game. And Tim Liscombe is, of course, he's warming up with Eli Whiteside. And before the game starts, we're looking at the fucking lineup. And Brian Wilson, of course, he's gonna pitch the first inning. He's gonna bounce. So he pitches, and of course, we had 8 fucking catchers. I was meant to catch his ass. I see myself in the lineup. Everyone's like, no, have fun, bro. I'm like, fuck. I'm like motherfucking myself. We show up to the field. He's ready to throw. Like, I go warm up in the bullpen. I'm trying to talk to him. Like, hey, what do you throw? Like, I knew what he's throwing. But like, man, like, what do you throw? What do you call? He just goes, 1-2. I'm like, what? Like, no, like, because usually, you know, like when we talk, like, hey, we're at second base. What are we gonna do? You know, we talk about that, right? He's just like, 1-2. I'm like, oof, holy fuck, all right. So 1's a fastball, 2's a cutter. All right. I just shut up, go, caught him in the bullpen. He threw like 5 pitches. He's like, all right, I'm good. I'm like, okay. We go to the game, and literally, like, first pitch, he was throwing like 95, 96. His cutter was literally 94, and dude was just fucking gross. And of course, he gives,
Did he get him?
Oh!
Oh, that's a triple.
Ooh.
Oh, was he not running hard?
Probably watching it. He's watching it.
Dude, what?
Oh, he's doing the watch thing again.
Did he do it
He
again?
did,
Yeah,
he did the
That
watch
is
thing.
awesome. That is how you play,
That's
boys.
right.
You know, you get them, they get you, and then you get them again. I
That's
love
right.
that.
Yeah.
Dude, this is huge. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I guess he was running hard.
No, he slowed down.
No,
Oh, he slowed down,
He definitely
yeah.
slowed. Damn, that's crazy.
Oh,
he just
he
missed
was
it.
there. He
Yeah.
just left to right.
Yeah. That's tough.
That's a tough play. You can't
he knew it too.
you can't fault
Yeah.
him for not making that play.
That's a tough
There
one.
it is.
Oh man, that's badass. I love that.
Yeah.
You
Gotta
talked
make that catch.
talked about how he just
This is what he does.
embraces
Dude,
This is
that-
what he
embraces
does.
being the heel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just sinks into it, and
Oh,
then
he
Holy
almost
snap.
yipped it.
like he is extremely good at taking the bad noise and turning it into something positive.
Yeah.
To answer your question, I'd say the most impressive thing I've seen wasn't actually during a game. Most things I've heard usually aren't during a game because
Yep.
that's the times when you're like, oh my lord. So I grew up with Rowdy Tellez, who plays with the Brewers now, and we were taking BP for a Toronto Blue Jays cross-checker who had come out to see me and him.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't come to see me; they just came to see him. I was just it was both of us hitting BP.
Yeah.
We both took about 40 swings. He literally went right center gap, left center gap, home runs for 30 straight swings on a full-blown field.
Yeah.
Which anyone who's hit is like, that is the most impressive thing
Yeah.
I've ever seen. And I'm sitting there, I hit like 7 out and I was happy and I felt really good.
Yeah.
But I felt so bad about myself after just like, okay, he just dropped the head there, hit it here, just repeated everything. It's like, okay, that's what a major league hitter should look like.
Yeah. That was a nasty split.
He was 17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wood bat or metal?
Wood bat.
Wood bat.
It was everything
Yeah,
we did
just-
was wood bat.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah. I think he was a senior in high school.
Yeah.
And I was a junior in college.
Yeah, so wood bat having never actually like
Yeah.
swung wood before.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was gross.
Oh no, he hit with wood for a long time before then, but that was just
Oh, really?
It's just one of those things. It's like, all right, this is what a professional hitter looks like.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to see him have the time and like success now. But
Yeah.
yeah.
So mine is I was at the UCLA alumni game, and I don't remember. I might have actually still been at UCLA, and it was for the alumni. I think I was still at UCLA, and I was watching Brandon Crawford.
Yeah.
who would come back.
Oh, fuck.
Watching Beecroft field a baseball
The best
is ridiculous. So they're taken in and out.
Best ever.
The alumni are taken in and out, and you have to keep in mind that like there's been a lot of beer had in the morning already.
Yeah.
No one's out there caring about it. It's an alumni game. They're just having fun. So, he's out there just like messing around in shortstop. So they do they're gonna field the ball, throw it to first, you're gonna turn some double plays. The last thing that you're gonna do is they're gonna hit a dribbler. You're gonna run in, charge it, field it, throw it to first on the run, and you peel off, right? So he runs in on a full sprint. I mean, now he's not like full sprint, right? But he's going.
Moving, yeah.
He steps over the baseball with his left foot and fields it between his legs on a run.
Right.
So that's impressive in and of its own right. Except he didn't actually field the ball.
Right.
He batted it,
tossed it
between his legs and caught it with his throwing hand in front of him.
Yep.
I'm like, damn, that was impressive. I'm thinking this in real time because this is all happening very quickly, right? So he steps over it with the left, bats it with his glove, catches it with his right, takes a step with his right foot, and turns and throws it behind his back.
God.
And the first baseman did this.
Yeah.
Didn't move, didn't stretch. It was just chest shot from, you're 80 feet away or whatever by the time you do that. And all fluidly. Bats it, catches it behind the back, and just never even looked and just ran off the field. I was like, oh my, what did I just see? I wish I had video of it because it was ridiculous.
So my first instruct, a lot happened my first instructs actually. 'Cause it was Brandon Crawford and Brandon Belt that were getting sent to Fall League. And then they were just like warming up with us, and then they're gonna head off to the Fall League, right? So they're fucking around, and this is my first pro year, so I have no idea what's going on. I'm trying to learn. This is my first instruct and shit like that. So I go in, and this fucking dude is literally just taking ground ball. He's fucking around. Like I've never seen anyone fuck around because everything seems so serious. We're in pro ball. I was like this. I'm like, oh, early work, I gotta go. And I see this dude fucking around. I'm like, what is it? And then no one fucks around. And then everyone's like, hey, that's Brandon Crawford. He can do whatever the fuck he wants when he's fielding the ball. And you can literally, it looks like he's fucking around. And he literally makes the most nasty. He does the same thing during BP. And he does the same thing.
But that's how you do it in the game.
He literally does it in the game.
That's the
He's
truth.
the nastiest shortstop I've ever seen.
Well, this is the part, like in basketball, you see Steph Curry do all this crazy stuff on the court during warm-ups. The only way you can practice and actually like do that in a game is if you practice it. It's the same thing with, you shouldn't practice hitting home runs. How else am I supposed to learn that feel? It's all about going through the process. Challenge yourself during practice.
100%.
Beecroft fielding in baseball.
It's just...
It's nasty.
And you don't really get to...
they didn't advance.
I mean, that's too big. I can't really guess that. But yeah, dude, honestly, like, it's most impressive. And I've played against a lot of good shortstops. I played against Nick Ahmed in college. Nasty. Like, we have some good players. Just watching field is like, oh my God. Like, what? Like,
you can tell when you can tell when you see it that it's just different. It's special.
The only way I can explain it would be like it seems really weird because I'm not really believing anything. He seems very connected with the baseball.
Yes.
He just like, I don't know. It's like almost like he's a magnet. Like the baseball is like here. Like he's like he gets in this perfect position. He almost like absorbs it. You know, like huge out.
Well, there's aspects of just athletes in general. You see, like he was born to field a baseball and to make plays. There are people who were born.
And he's got a cannon too, very underrated. He's got a fucking hose. So he just does this and goes whack, and then it's like what? Like
there's such a thing as people being born to do certain things. Some guys were born to hit the ball. Some were born to run and catch the ball, things like that. So.
I went to dinner with Brandon Crawford. We were at the same agent out of college, so we go to dinner. It's me, Brandon Crawford, and Joel. And Brandon probably said 5 words the entire dinner. So I just got drafted. Right, I'm here with a big leaguer, and I'm like, I'm not gonna say much. I'm just gonna listen, right? And it was
you listen 5 words.
No one said anything. At some point, I was like, should I talk? Like, I don't know. He's great dude though.
He's like super chill, just Cali, just super chill, you know, like just down to earth, like he's like just chill.
I'm super
he's just
happy.
nasty. He's just nasty.
Yeah, super happy with the year he had. He's freaking raked this year.